Hello and welcome back to your January of 2026 real estate update for Chino, Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County. Hi, I'm your host, Thomas Ryan with Thomas Ryan Real Estate. I'm a Southern California real estate agent based here in Chino, California, with a reach and pulse on all 5 Southern California counties. Today, we are reporting to you from beautiful Chino Hills State Park. As you can see, the lush greenery behind me. We're going to start doing this a little more in 2026, reporting some of our great locations here in Chino, Chino Hills, and beyond. Today, to kick off the beginning of the year, we have an insightful video for you based upon the previous month's market activities. In these monthly real estate updates, I will bring to you statistics, insights, as well as my personal perception on what's going on in the market, with the ultimate goal of keeping you well informed about our local real estate market. As always, we will be hearing from Loan Officer Benny Rabishin. He will be reporting to us what interest rates are looking like, what the recent job reports have indicated, and what we can expect throughout 2026. Should you have any additional questions after watching this video about the real estate market in general, your specific property, or maybe you have aspirations of buying or selling a home in 2026, always feel free to give me a call or send me a text message. I can be reached at 909-334-2049, or you can find me and message me on all the social media sites. Just search Thomas Ryan Real Estate. All right, without further ado, let's get into this update. Can you believe it? We are already into our second month of 2026 and things are just moving right along. Let's go ahead and take a look at how things are shaping up in our local real estate market. First, taking a look at the number of active listings for Chino, Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County as a whole for the month of January 2026. All sectors did something we don't often see them do, and that is trend in the same direction. In fact, the number of available homes was up across the board in January. In San Bernardino County, values rose from 5,367 in December to 5,413 homes in January. In Chino, the number of available homes rose from 131 to 143 homes, and Chino Hills rose ever so slightly from 82 to 84 homes. Much of this was to be expected. In December, we saw a seasonably low level of homes coming on the market, so inevitably, at the turn of the year in January, we would see more homes hit the market. Something to note, however, is if we compare the number of available homes in January of 2025, 1 year ago, compared to the number of available homes in January of 2026, those numbers came down across all markets as well. We will continue to track these numbers and report back any trends that we start to see. To end the year in 2025, we had a low number of available homes active on the market. So traditionally, this would equate to less homes selling in the following month in January. Let's see if that was the case for January 2026. As I alluded to, all markets saw decreases month over month in the number of closed sales for the month of January. San Bernardino County decreased by about 300 sales to 1,164. Chino dropped from 54 to just 35 sales, and Chino Hills dropped down to 37 sales from 42 the month before. Overall, as I noted, this was to be expected. With less homes on the market the month prior, less homes would sell in the month of January, and that was definitely the case. What is interesting to look at is years previous, the values of homes sold across all sectors hasn't fluctuated all that much for the month of January. I've started to think of January as it pertains to the real estate market as the holiday hangover month, meaning that there's not a whole lot of activity because people are getting over the holidays still. And that was definitely indicative in this month's values and years previous. With what appears to be a low-level activity and turnover throughout the month of January, you may expect to see homes sitting on the market much longer. Let's take a look at the median days on market values for Chino, Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County. The median days on market for San Bernardino County as a whole increased from 35 to 39 days. However, both Chino and Chino Hills both decreased, with Chino dropping from 40 to 32 days and Chino Hills from 28 to just 25 days on market. I've got to be honest, I did not expect to see the median days on market come down based upon the level of activity and sales in the month of January. What this says is that buyer demand remains resilient in our area. Those homes that show well and come on the market at a reasonable market value are going to sell rather quickly. Next up are the price per square foot values for the month of January in Chino, Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County. Once again, Chino and Chino Hills markets have agreed, while San Bernardino County as a whole does not. Chino and Chino Hills saw month-over-month increases in median days on market, with Chino rising from $376 per square foot in December to $390 in January. Chino Hills rose from $479 to $498 per square foot, while San Bernardino County saw a slight drop from $332 to $325 per square foot. It was nice to see a bit of a rebound from December as far as the price per square foot for Chino and Chino Hills. These markets, because they're smaller, tend to yo-yo back and forth month over month. One month they'll be a little higher, one month they'll be a little lower. The trend continues in the upward direction, and we'll continue to track that throughout 2026. And last, the data point that I know you have been waiting for and you are likely most concerned with: the median sale prices for Chino, Chino Hills, and San Bernardino County. Let's take a look. Oddly enough, it is here where all markets agreed, and it is not necessarily good news for sellers. This is because all markets saw a reduction in sale price for January. Chino dropped from $767,000 to $745,000. Chino Hills dropped below $1 million to $920,000, and San Bernardino County as a whole dropped from $540,000 down $10,000 to $530,000. As mentioned, these values tend to move up and down from month to month. Traditionally, December is a slower month because of the holidays, and then January sees some of those slowing, lingering effects as well. And of course, we will continue to monitor these values on a monthly basis, and we will be sure to report back any meaningful trends that emerge. As we've turned the calendar into 2026, you may be wondering what's going to happen with mortgage rates throughout the year. Well, to deliver that information for us, today we have Benny Ravichan. Take it away, Benny.
Hey everyone, here is your mortgage update for February. Quick question. Remember when everyone said wait for rates to drop? Well, they did. And here's what's actually happening right now. Rates have dropped about 0.5% since fall. We're now sitting at around 6.25%. Now that's near 3-year lows, and buyers are coming back. I'm having more strategy conversations than I've ever had in months. Well-priced homes are getting multiple offers again. The window of low competition is starting to close, but here's the good news. Homes that have been on the market for 30 plus days, there's still major opportunities to negotiate seller credits and rate buydowns. Here's what most people miss. Waiting for rates to hit 5% sounds smart until you realize that when rates drop significantly, prices will surge and competition explodes. So you end up paying more for the house and losing all your negotiating power. The buyers winning right now, they're locking in at today's rates with a plan to refinance later if rates drop. Meanwhile, they're in their home building equity and they avoid the bidding war. Let me show you the math. So on a $600,000 home with 10% down at today's rate of 6.25%, you're paying about $3,320 a month. Now at last year's high of 7.25%, that same home cost $3,683 a month. That's $340 less every single month. That's $122,000 less over 30 years. So if you're thinking about buying a home but aren't sure about timing, now is the time to at least get pre-approved and understand your options. The buyers I'm working with are start planning months ago. They're not scrambling when the rice house shows up, they're ready. and that's the advantage. So whether you're looking to buy in 30 days or 12 months, let's just create a plan that's customized to your situation. Not a sales pitch, just a real conversation about whether now makes sense for you. Reach out anytime. Let's make sure you're positioned to win when you're ready. Back to you, Thomas.
Thank you so much, Benny, for all of that great information. I'm sure our viewers enjoyed that and will find that helpful. Now, if you were curious what you would qualify for in a home loan or just the process in general, Benny can walk you through all of those details. Go ahead and get in touch with me and I'll get you in direct contact with Benny. We truly hope that you found this information helpful, and if you did find it helpful, please be sure to hit that like button down below right now and consider subscribing to the Thomas Ryan Real Estate YouTube channel or following me on Instagram at Thomas Ryan Real Estate. All of these things are completely free to do, and not only are they very much appreciated by me, but they help me get this information out to people like you and others on a consistent basis. Again, as always, feel free to give me a call directly with any questions you may have. I can be reached at 909-334-2049. Or if you feel comfortable, go ahead and leave those comments down below in the comment section, because when I answer your question there, maybe I will answer the question of another viewer. All right, until next month, have a good day.